Hello, and a very warm welcome to the National Consumer Credit Awareness and Financial Inclusion Program webinar presented by TransUnion CIBIL and Mint. My name is Mugdha Kalra, and I'm very excited to be here with you to talk about one of the most important aspects of our financial life, which is credit management. As a subject, it does seem heavy, but we are here to help you understand it better and take control of your financial future for effective credit management, which plays a very crucial role in maintaining financial stability by allowing individuals to make significant purchases without the immediate need for large sum of cash. But responsible credit use helps in spreading the financial burden over a period of time, enabling better budgeting and reducing the risk of financial strain. Now, in the next 40 minutes, we will be diving into some fantastic topics, including the cycle of good credit, CIBIL Score, CIBIL Report, and how lenders evaluate credit worthiness. I'm delighted to have with me Mr. Bhushan Padkil, Senior Director and Head of Consumer Interactive, Direct to Consumer India TransUnion CIBIL. Mr. Padkil is a seasoned credit bureau professional who is passionate about bringing the power of information and technology into the hands of Indian consumers. Hello, Bhushan, and welcome to the discussion.
Hey, good afternoon, Mugdha, and thanks for having me here.
First of all, let me get our viewers acquainted with what TransUnion CIBIL helps them in doing. Could you elaborate on that, please?
Yes, of course. TransUnion CIBIL is a credit information company which was founded in 2000, and today it's a household name. Everybody knows CIBIL Score. We collect and share consumers' credit information from lenders to help lenders make informed lending decisions and low risk decisions. Our mission is to create information solutions which promotes greater financial inclusion, consumer literacy, enables businesses to grow, and enables consumers to get faster and cheaper access to credit and other services.
Let me unmute myself. All right. We are now living in an era where everybody is supposed to look at their credit scores really closely. But I wonder sometimes uh, the cycle of good credit, how many people are even aware of it? It is all about how our past credit behavior affects our future credit opportunities. Could you elaborate then on that? And also, if I may add, do you think personally that there is enough and more awareness about the fact that everybody's credit behavior is monitored?
Certainly. The cycle of good credit is centered around the idea that our past credit behavior always plays a crucial role in shaping our future credit opportunities. And we can do more ourselves to know more about uh, how our past credit behavior has been, and monitor our CIBIL scores or CIBIL report as such. When we apply for loan or any type of credit facility, lenders carefully assess our credit history to determine our financial health and credit worthiness. In other words, they want to see if we have a track record of responsible credit management. By demonstrating good credit behavior, we increase our chance of getting approved for credit in the future.
But let's talk about the CIBIL score then and what the report does. I know they play a significant role in credit evaluation process, but can you give us a brief overview of what they are actually?
Yes, of course. So your CIBIL score is simply three-digit numeric summary that reflect your financial health or credit worthiness, as I said before. And this is based on, and the competition is based on your credit history and repayment behavior. The CIBIL score ranges from 300 to 900, with a higher score indicating better credit worthiness. So, for example, if closer to 900, that means a lender who's lending you is lending with a very low risk. The CIBIL report, on the other hand, provides detailed information about your credit accounts, your payment histories, any default or late payments reported by member banks or financial institution. All this is part of CIBIL report. Whatever stage of life you may be at, Your CIBIL score and report plays a key role in helping you plan for a better future.
So it's almost like a snapshot of your credit health. So when it comes to evaluating credit worthiness, what factors do lenders consider apart from the CIBIL score?
Good question. So CIBIL score is very important factors that lender consider for sure. But along with that, one of the main factor is payment history. Now, this shows how consistently, and this is recorded on CIBIL credit information report. This shows how consistently you have made your payments on time. For an example, if you have home loan, you have passenger vehicle loan, you have credit cards, how you have paid against it, and how consistently you have paid against your obligations. Another factor is credit utilization, which is percentage of your available credit that you are using. To give you an example, if you have a credit card and there is certain credit limit which is allocated against that credit card, what is the percentage of that credit limit that you are utilizing? Right? Are you utilizing full credit limit or only part of it? That also gets accounted. Lender also consider the length of your credit history, right? When was the first loan that you've taken, and the vintage, right? As it indicates your experience with credit over time. Additionally, the types of credit you have used. So, credit is typically seen as a secured credit and unsecured credit, or in a very simple terms, if you have taken home loan, if you have taken credit card, or if you have taken passenger vehicle loan, right? All this gets considered. The mix of different loans that you have taken, and incrementally, new credit inquiries are also taken into consideration. So whenever you apply for a credit, lenders do assess your credit report with CIBIL, right? And how many times you have applied for credit gets actively considered by lenders while making credit decisions.
Well, very insightful and very interesting details there. But it's fascinating to see how our credit worthiness is decided by all these factors when they come together. But obviously, there are a lot of myths. A lot of people live with misconceptions around it. What are some of the most prevalent things that you have come across that people tend to believe, and you have to say, no, this is not correct, and this is what you should be aware of?
Yeah, I think this is the point that we just touched upon just before the start of the seminar, right? There are a
Yeah.
lot of common myths that I come across throughout my interactions, on formal or informal platforms. And one of the biggest myths is checking your own credit score or a CIBIL score will lower it, right? This is not true at all. Checking your own CIBIL score or credit report does not bring your CIBIL score down. In fact, checking your own credit score or CIBIL score is considered a responsible practice and has no impact on your score whatsoever. Another myth is that your CIBIL score is based on your financial portfolio or the amount that you have in savings account. Whereas in reality, your CIBIL score is not based on your savings account, demat balance, investment portfolio at all. The score is purely based on your credit profile, making payments on time, limiting your credit utilization, and limiting your credit inquiries help build positive credit profile and CIBIL score.
Well, it's interesting to know how these myths can absolutely mislead people, how they tend to make errors, and your entire financial health can suffer because of some of the myths that you may carry about your credit score. Let's focus on ways we can improve our CIBIL score. What are some of the strategies or tips you should do you think our audience should know, and if you could share with them?
Yep. So a lot of times I do get asked, "What's the secret, to improving your credit score?" Right? But the secret is though there's no secret at all. Improving your CIBIL score requires some effort, but it is definitely achievable. First and foremost, you have to make sure that you pay your loan EMIs and credit card dues on time, every time. Late or missed payment, even once, can have significant negative impact on your score. So you have to make a note of this. Secondly, aim to keep your credit utilization ratios low by using only portion of credit available. So I spoke about you might have a credit card and there is certain limit which is made available to you, but wisely using that limit and not maxing it does help improve your credit score. It also is important to monitor your credit profile along with all your guaranteed, co-signed, joint account frequently, and apply for new credit very judiciously. Only when you need it, apply for credit. All these factors will help you improve your credit score.
Got it. Um, it's amply clear that responsible credit management is key to maintaining a healthy credit profile. And also, we may have in our audiences a lot of people who have seen their CIBIL scores and have always wondered that what does this report actually elaborate upon. So, what are some of the different sections that lenders look at when evaluating an individual's credit worthiness, and what are some of those things that people should be careful about or should have an idea about that this is what is getting read?
Sure. So broadly, your CIBIL score is divided into several sections, right? Which provide detailed information about your own credit history, your repayment behavior. Some of the other key sections include your personal information, your contact information, your employment information, your loan account information, and your inquiry information as well.
Hmm. Could you elaborate on what lenders look for in each of these sections? Why are they important?
Absolutely. So let's look at some of these sections in detail. So in personal information section, lenders verify an individual's identity and basis details such as name, date of birth, identification numbers. Lenders look at this information very, very carefully. The contact information section also provides detail to you or lenders about current and previous addresses, phone numbers, right? In employment information section, lenders look at individuals' employment history and current income to evaluate their repayment capacity. The account information section provides detail about individuals' existing credit account, such as different types of loan, or if anybody has credit card, that gets reported here. Finally, the inquiry information section. Here is where lender can see which financial institutions have accessed individuals' credit report over past 2 years. This section helps lenders understand how frequently individual has applied for new credit facilities.
Okay. Hmm. Uh, One of the thoughts that come to my mind, and before I go any further, I'll just announce once again, please send in your questions to us, because this is one of my concluding questions. If you don't have questions that I can continue asking, but I'm sure a lot of you would have questions. So please go on punching them and we shall be taking them soon. So, Bhushan, it's clear that CIBIL report provides a comprehensive view of individuals' credit history, their behavior, but is there anything else would you like to add, or any final thoughts that you would like to share about the topic in entirety that audiences should be aware of or know?
Yep, absolutely. And I will touch upon some of the myths and secret to improving credit score that we discussed before, right? I want to emphasize
Right.
that it's very important that you regularly check your CIBIL score and report to stay informed about your credit health and take necessary steps to improve it if needed. Additionally, remember that building good credit takes time and consistency. By practicing responsible credit habits and being mindful of your financial decisions, you can pave the way for a brighter and secure financial future. But definitely, one thing, if I have to leave you with, uh, to improve your credit score, the consistency is going to be key. Right? Remember, it's not a sprint. It's going to be easy marathon
Marathon.
that you run, where consistency is the key. Right?
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing all these insights with us. These were the questions that came to my mind, but I'm sure there are several questions from the audiences. So we shall be taking up those now. So I'm going to make we're going to make this session interactive, and I'm going to make sure that we try and get all of your questions answered this morning. So, all right. So the first question that is coming to us is, all right, this we've sort of covered, but we'll take it again. What is a CIBIL score and how is it relevant to our personal finances today?
So I'll touch this again. We discussed this at length in first couple of
True.
questions, but in the world of credit scoring, each individual is mapped in form of three-digit number, right? Called as your credit score. In this case, we are talking about CIBIL score. Essentially, it is a measure of your financial health or credit worthiness, and it is designed to give you better idea and give lenders better idea about how you might be seen in how you will perform, in terms of your financial health and credit worthiness. Now, we all know that lenders and credit institutions look at your credit score when you apply for loan or credit card. However, these are not the only use cases anymore, right? Your CIBIL score holds much more relevance to your life and finances than you could ever imagine. It plays an important role in life today. Let's say in getting job or even submitting a project proposal. Everywhere CIBIL score and report is getting referred.
All right. I hope that got you your answer once again. I'm sure we will have a little more on this later as well. Well, the next question is, how does one establish credit when they have none? Very interesting.
Yep. Well, Mukta, I think one famous saying goes, when there is a will, there is a way. And nobody of us was born with the CIBIL score or credit information report, right, assigned to us. We all must take steps to build our own credit records. The idea is to start small and build from there on. The great news is your CIBIL score and report are generated as soon as you start using any of the credit products. Let's explore how you can start building your own credit score, right? Simple way could be apply for a consumer durable loan. If you have not used credit before, you will not have history that lenders can refer to for granting a loan. So you can create one by taking a consumer durable loan of a smaller amount, such as a simple smartphone purchase on EMI, which can be easily repaid, but that gets you started. The second is apply for a credit card from the same bank where you have a salary account, and especially for people who are starting the new job, right, where you have a salary account. Those are the lenders who have information about you, and because bank already has your salary account and is in a better position to offer you a credit card, you have a relationship with them. That's what they bank on, and they will be able to, provide you a credit card. So that could be another way to get you started with credit. The third is, and this is a little different. You can also apply for a secured credit card. Good way to start building your CIBIL score is to get a credit card against a fixed deposit. Now, this type of credit card is technically termed as secured credit card. So, each bank specifies a minimum fixed deposit amount to apply for a secured credit card, and the amount in your FD account is directly linked to the total credit limit offered by that particular lender or bank on your credit card. So, you can apply for a secured credit card. But what you have to always remember is you have to access all these credit facilities responsibly. If you are a salaried individual, you may be receiving offers for credit card, right, with cashback benefits, higher credit limits. The key is knowing whether you truly need so many credit cards or not, whether you truly need so many credit facilities or not. The recommendation or advice from my side is to start using one credit card responsibly, to start creating a favorable credit history, right, and use credit facilities when it is necessary.
Interesting question, which I may add here is is it good to have many credit cards, or it is because a lot of people have a lot of credit cards these days? But in your mind, what would the right advice be? Limited credit cards or several credit cards? Just adding the
Um,
question there.
yes. So I said this, as last part of my previous answer. It's very important that how you manage your credit judiciously, right? What typically happens is many credit cards, you have to be really diligent about the payment dates and how you are making the payments on time, and it might be an issue for certain individuals, right? So it's very important that if you are able to work with one or two credit cards, you should limit your utilization to the instruments that you can manage really well. Always remember, the golden rule for building and maintaining strong credit profile is to ensure that you make payments on time every single time. So you have to use the available facilities of credit very, very wisely.
Because it's so funny, because a lot of times people get these messages that, oh, you are eligible for this credit card, oh, you're eligible for that credit card, and most people think, oh, that means that I should have it. So maintain only those credit cards where you can diligently ensure that you are doing a mastered job of paying on time and looking at your finances and handling so many open avenues. All right. How can you maintain a healthy credit profile? That's the next question that has come to us.
Yeah. So I think in certain form and shape we have addressed this before, but again I will
Yeah.
touch upon certain tips that we can use. The first is,
Yeah.
again, the same example is building a credit healthy profile is like running a marathon. It's never a
Hmm.
sprint that once done is dusted. No. Um, Consistency is the key, right? You have to monitor and fact check your CIBIL report regularly. Remember, checking your own credit score and credit report does not bring your score or score down, right? You have to pay your EMIs on time every single time. Even a single missed payment can impact your CIBIL score. One way to make sure your payments are on time is maybe set up an automatic payment, or set up electronic reminder, or set up default payments, right? Don't get close to your credit limit if you have a credit card. Try keeping your use of credit at no more than, let's say, 30 to 40% of your total credit limit. And paying off the balances each month helps you build a healthy credit score, right? Or healthy CIBIL score. Lastly, and this is reference to your previous, question as well. Only apply for a credit that you need. If you apply for a lot of credit over a short period of time, it impacts your credit score, or it impacts your CIBIL score. Multiple frequent inquiries may provide impression to lenders that you are, credit hungry. So I
Very
think you could
interesting.
use
Yeah.
these tips to make sure that you stay on the right side.
Great. And this was a question that was in my mind as well, but it has come up again, which is any advice to consumers when they are looking at their own CIBIL score and report?
Very, very important question. And as we have many youngsters and um, individuals who are just joining the job and availing their first credit facilities, for them, this is a very important question, right? Um, there are few things that uh, that you should consider when you are looking at your report, right? Um, you should look at your report carefully to check the data and personal information, your account information. You stay updated with your credit transaction, right? Remember that in case you have applied for something like pay later option, right? It will definitely reflect in your report in inquiry section, right? So remember to check that. Regular reviews and monitoring your credit proactively can make it easier to spot any inaccuracies that you can look at, and then get them resolved quickly, right? Being aware of the information in your credit report or CIBIL report and understand how it is utilized is an important step towards holding a better financial future. TransUnion CIBIL provides you one free CIBIL score and report to each individual every calendar year. I would urge everybody on this webinar and every Indian to check their CIBIL score and report to get a solid grip on their access to credit and their financial future, right? And secure it.
All right, the next question is also very interesting. It says, it asks, is it possible to bounce back from a bad credit profile?
Absolutely. Um, your CIBIL score is a representation of your past and your current credit action, right? So you're in a way you're always in control of your actions. However, it does not mean that once you get a low score, it will stay with you for a lifetime. You can try and build a healthy credit profile over time by following good credit practices. So, if at all you have a bad credit profile, the first thing, some of the few things that you can, immediately start doing is pay off all your outstanding amount. In case of multiple loans and cards, consolidate all loans and take single loan to pay it all off. Right. The second is pay timely EMI. Like I said, you know, consistency is a key. Maintain discipline around your financial obligations, your payments, your EMIs to improve your CIBIL score over time, right? And very important is apply for additional credit judiciously. Keep track of your credit utilization and apply for more credit only really if you need it, right?
Great. Everybody who's watching us, great questions you sent us. I'm afraid that's all we have the time for. We appreciate your engagement deeply. And a big thank you to Mr. Bhushan Padkil for joining us today and providing these valuable insights. Thank you so much, Mr. Bhushan, for speaking to our audiences.
Thanks, Mukta, for having me on this show, and hopefully the session was informative and helpful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of you for being part of this special National Consumer Credit Awareness and Financial Inclusion Program. Have a wonderful day.